So I added some liquid fertilizer yesterday evening. So I'm just going to go ahead and move this straw out the way and add some granular. This is just your organic chicken manure. I'm just doing a good handful, and I'm putting it on either side of the pots. And just to remind you guys, these are about 5-gallon containers and they're holding 2 pepper plants. So that's why it's important that I make sure that I stay on top of the feeding. Because technically this size container would not be able to support the growth and fruit of 2 pepper plants without added nutrients. If you don't get it directly on the soil and on the straw, don't worry too much, because as you water it, it will trickle down into the soil. So the garlic has completely dried out. So now we're going to store them away. So I have these baskets that I think originally I was using them for yarn, and then I started using them for the girls' toys, and now I think they're going back to kind of their original purpose, which is like storing food and stuff. I did also have some in the kitchen storing like potatoes and onions and stuff. So I think they would actually be perfect to store the garlic over the winter. So altogether, my garlic took about 10 days to completely cure. I did have them in the back room just storing until I was able to kind of get to this part of the process. I must say that having them outside for, I think I had them outside in the sun drying for like 4 to 5 days, definitely helps speed up this curing process. As you can see, the leaves are completely dried out. And then I like to cut about maybe 1/2 inch to 1 inch. And then I clean off the dirtier parts. So this is why it was really important for me to keep the garlic variety separate, because I am planning to use garlics from this same batch to plant again this year. It saves me money, and also if I have a favorite, it's easier for me to make sure that I'm saving from that batch. We have some smaller ones here, and I really don't like using smaller garlics, even when I have the garlic from the stores, which are usually soft neck varieties. They usually have about 10 to 12 cloves, and then you'll have those really tiny ones. And sometimes I end up just not even using those because it's such a pain to go ahead and peel those just for like a small garlic. So this is why when I'm purchasing garlics to plant, I go for the ones that are about 4 to 6 cloves per head, because I know for myself, I prefer to peel those garlics over the ones that are maybe 10 to maybe 14, 16 cloves of garlic per bulb. And as I'm doing this, I'm also looking out for any garlic that has been nicked from me trying to get it out the ground, or I had some garlics that were showing like mold and they were showing signs that something was wrong. So I do want to make sure that I'm taking out those garlics. Get this one. So this is a garlic that I would save to plant again this year. I see rain, so let's actually take this inside. So I have actually a fan in this room, and a lot of times I forget that I have it until I don't need it as much, but it's nice to have that airflow as I'm doing this. I just really want to get this done so that I can take this out the pathway and have better access to the shelves. So I'm just going to set up right here and hopefully I don't make too much of a mess. Had just gotten into a groove of cleaning up these garlics and the rain stopped, so I figured I might as well come back outside. It's actually much cooler, even though we have the mosquitoes that's been a little bit annoying. But I'm just labeling my paper bag, and like I said, this is where I like to keep the garlics that I'm planning to plant this season in October. It just makes things a lot easier. It's already separated. I put a planting tag in there as well. So I'm just able to grab that bag and go ahead and plant the garlics. And here's one of the biggest heads for the Romanian red variety. So I'm just trying to figure out now how much garlic bulbs to save. My garlic bed holds about 70 to 77 garlic cloves, and the Romanian red has about, I think it's in the range of 5 to 8. It's either 5 to 8 or 4 to 6 cloves per bulb. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm saving a good amount. I rather save more than less, just so that I can make sure that entire bed is filled up. If I have extras, I'll just store it with the other garlic or cook it up in October. I don't know what I did, but my mic did not record this part. But I was so excited to finally be braiding my soft neck garlic. As you guys know, my biggest variety is the one from Spice World. They're on their second year and they've been treating me so good. I highly recommend, if you are wanting to start garlic and do not want to invest in, buying garlic separately, try the Spice World organic garlic. They bulb up really nicely, and I just love the flavor of them. But I was so excited to do my braid that I didn't even clean up my garlic. We have completed our braid, and I did get too excited and I didn't clean this up before I even did the braids, but I'll probably do that while it's still braided and hanging up. So these are the garlics that I have done all the cleaning up for. We have the German extra hardy, we have the music, and we have the Romanian red, and then the spice world. It doesn't look like a lot of garlic, and that's because most of it is the chestnut red. Like I said, there's 170 of those, and then I still have the Trader Joe's garlic and also the elephant garlic. So I'll be interested to see how much garlic I do go through for the year. So I'm going to be keeping a track of how many heads I have in total. That way I know going forward after this year, after this October, how much garlic I do need to have to get me through the entire year and to plan for that same year. I have the ones that I'm planning to plant this October in the paper bags, and I'm gonna store all of these garlics in the basement where it's nice and cool and still have good ventilation. But yeah, I had them in this back room originally because I still had to clean it up and all that good stuff, and I didn't want to carry it down in the basement, create a mess, bring it back up here. So I figured just leaving them up here until I'm ready to clean up would be fine. Mosquitoes, oh my god. Yeah, so I'm going to get inside now because the mosquitoes are out in full force. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful garden season. I will see you in the next video, which will maybe be like I think will be the garden tour, and then after that we'll do like a nice big harvest. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.